Hello and welcome to the Chilled Cardano podcast. I am Illinois with Chilled Cardano on Twitter. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Happy New Year for you. That's all I got.
That was a cool song. Is that like the happy birthday? Cool. So we are here 2023.
Woo! We made it. Yeah.
NFTs.
Cardano didn't die, guys. Stuff. All these VCs been telling us Cardano's dead, but here we are, 2023.
We're still here. People are still interested in Cardano. And Solana is dying.
Wet and wild.
Have you noticed people like Solana people are like trying to cope really hard and being like, this is the perfect time to buy? Like,
my favorite is
come on, guys, you know it's over.
Well, my favorite is like it's weird, like once you've been here for so long, you start to read between the lines when it comes to like the VC Twitter accounts that have like hundreds of thousands of followers, you know? And like,
yeah,
amateur Twitter people, when they cope, it's more like they're crying. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Solana, like, come on. Or like,
yeah,
like it's very cringy, their cope, because they're like, I thought everyone would be buying this at this price point and no one's buying. I feel like I'm the only one here. Kind of like complaining and whining. But from a VC perspective, the way they complain and cry is like, hey guys, this token's totally underrated. This like things like, so let me show you an example. All right. Still long. So this is how a VC person tries to make you buy at lower prices. Still long in Solana while haters spinelessly pile onto the downside momentum. When Solana recovers, so he's saying there will be a future pump. It's not me that will be haunted by the thought. Instead of jeering, I could have been buying Solana at $10. Vitalik Buterin recently asked me what I like about Solana, and so I'll show you the public. Like really, Vitalik really asked him about Solana. I'll share with the public an adapted and threaded version of what I wrote to him. In terms of what I like most about Solana, firstly, for me it has its own unique flavor of hardcore devotees and nerds, which it doesn't. Which means the innovation independent from what I find in Ethereum and Cosmos, where placeholder VC is also significantly active. So he's basically telling you to buy his bags because they've invested a shit ton of money. And some of the devotees are hardware junkies, others are network optimization nerds. The validator community is crazy committed and generally a layer deeper than the financial opportunist are builders that get truly excited by the creator's vision. And it's just more bullshit that's been spewed. And he doesn't really have like a reason why. He just says the community is strong.
People are super into it.
Yeah, and that's the reason. But yet he doesn't have statistics. He doesn't really tell you why. I mean, and
I love when they say like nerds, like, oh, we got so many good nerds over here.
And then their argument is always that, look, it's doing the same thing Ethereum did its first like bear market, which is it goes all the way to 99%, and then, but like also. The problem he's not describing with this thread is that Solana's like in the 20s. Like it's really far back in the market cap. And like Ethereum and I mean even Cardano's never really gotten out of the top 10. So to see something go almost to like in the 30s and then to say here and tell me it's gonna be like one of the leading coins in the future, it's like, well, you have to look at where did they get their money from? Like, how was it built, right? It was all started with FTX, and they invested millions of dollars in that ecosystem. And when all that money disappeared, like, how is this developer community going to get paid? Like, where's that money coming from? You know what I mean? Because, like, we don't know if any of these protocols have any liquidity whatsoever. So to sit here and tell me that they're going to be stronger than next, it's like, most of this shit's bankrupt already. It's like, the next 6 months, most of that ecosystem's going to die off. So tell me, why are people going to stick around? You know, like because they have Solana shoes, because they have a phone. Like what? It doesn't make any sense to me. So
Yeah, and it's like even their claim to fame was like, you know, their DeFi stuff, and like once FTX crashed, like now all the TVL is like leaking out. It's at like 200 million now, and it's like it was at like 20 billion or something crazy. And it's like, why, like if everyone believes in it so much, why are they all of a sudden all like taking all the liquidity out of the protocols? Like I don't think you see that on Ethereum, you know.
no, you
It's
don't.
definitely down, but not to that level.
I mean, so this is basically all FTX's money, and then it slowly just bleeds
10
out
billion.
back to like basically before FTX got involved, and now it's back there. So tell me, where's your next FTX, right? Who's gonna do this for you? And you're gonna tell me this is gonna be all community driven, that has billions of dollars? You're telling me retail has billions of dollars? That's gonna make it just doesn't make any sense.
In a bear market.
In a bear market, not to mention all these have like massive debt. So like any like push up is they're all gonna sell off to like get back to equilibrium. You know what I mean? So it's so disingenuous, and like the way he talks about his book without saying he talks about his book is like so fucked up to me.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, so you have hardcore developers and stuff. What, like every chain does, like,
yeah,
you know, Cardano does.
Well,
Avalanche does.
Any chain worth it.
Polygon, yeah.
You know.
And then you have like the biggest NFT leaving the space, when NFTs are the only thing like still kind of doing well on Solana.
What's like a good NFT market like to show all of the? Is it like StockTwits NFTs or something like that?
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I found a good one the other day too. Let's see if I can find it. But try D-App Radar. Or you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, you're already doing the work. This guy's worse than Chris Berninski over here.
You don't even know his real name.
I know. And Chris, it's nothing personal if you listen to this. I'm sure you're not, but
you're definitely not. But
people of that ilk.
So NFT marketplaces. What are we doing? 30 days? Is that what you want to see?
Sure.
So volume on OpenSea is up almost 400%. Volume on Magic Eden is down 27%. Let's see jpg.store.
Do they have Cardano in here? It doesn't look like they do.
I thought they did.
Eric.
I swear to God, I saw it the other day. Maybe it's... Does it say it up here?
No.
Of course they don't. Bastards. All right, let's go to StockTwits. Bum, 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 bum. All right, here's the latest one. 24-hour volume. 17 million Ethereum, 4 million Solana, 350,000 Cardano. They're only down 4% that day.
They're always at $4 million, and it makes me believe that they're just wash trading.
You don't think everyone's buying Goonies
I've
right now?
never seen a Goonie before. I've seen CryptoPunks. That makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, it does seem a little like
Sketch.
sketchy. Uh, 7 days. Here we go. It's up 89%. We're only up 9%. So I guess everyone's buying Solana NFTs, I guess.
We were wrong, guys. Delete this video.
Delete this part.
Delete this whole thing. I don't know. It seems a little sketchy to me because I really never interact with people from Solana. Like, I interact with Ethereum people, but Algorand people, Avalanche people, but I never really see Solana people. Like, except for like that Frank de Gods guy,
Yeah. Yeah. And the lizard guy, what's his name?
Shill and Villain.
The guy that does yeah. But even he's like talks about multiple chains. He's not all Solana, really. He started out as one, but
Well, the issue I also have with like Berninsky just basically talking his book without talking his book is like there's other chains at that same level that he gives zero credit to. You know what I mean? That are
mhm.
way more advanced. Like Solana is just like a copy of Ethereum, like its base code. So I don't know. It just kind of pisses me off that like he never talks about other chains at that same level. Like, and Cardano's in the top 10 still, so it's like, why are we talking about 30? Why are we talking about
They
23,
never
24?
never talk about Cardano.
I know, it's just
That's
funny.
their rule. And then it's gonna just be replaced. Solana's gonna get replaced with Polygon, and then
Aptos and Sui.
yeah, it's just like as long as they can keep Cardano out of the picture, they will.
Well, it's
But
because they never
we're
got to
still
buy Cardano at, 0.002 cents, right? Like their ICO price, whatever the hell it was. And so they're never
I
going to
feel
talk
like
about it.
you're starting to see more like people not just completely ignore Cardano, but I don't know if that's going to change this year or if it's just going to be like forever. I mean, I don't really care. I think we have our own community. It would be nice to get some, you know, coverage, but it all seems very purposeful at this point. So I don't know if that's how you would even change that.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those things where it's like retail. Like the VCs will come from the people who make the most amount of money from Cardano, like a Cardano whale, and then like if you've bought in a shit ton at this price point, right? And then when we go back to up a dollar, like you're going to be up a lot, right? And you're going to want to divest some of that into the ecosystem if you want to see Cardano succeed, like because the community is so small. But those people who do double down and buy a bunch of this stuff at these prices, like they're going to have the money to become a VC, right? To start a VC fund for Cardano. And then
Yeah.
like we'll have our own group of VCs. Um, and I just think it'll take time, but also like it'll be more of a layer two thing. Like I don't think you're gonna see VCs invest in Cardano, but they'll invest in like liquid finance. They'll invest in Axo Trade. Like if those things succeed and they succeed big, like people aren't gonna have a choice but to like start to buy into some of this stuff. They're gonna be like, well, I don't believe in Cardano, but Axo Trade is a really good platform.
Yeah.
And they're talking about cross chain utility. So they're also going to be on Ethereum and Solana. They'll say shit like that. You know what I mean? And that's how they'll like leak into the ecosystem. And then like a couple years later, they'll be like, "Well, Cardano's a great chain. I've always said that." You'll
Yeah, they
never,
will say that.
you'll never get a sorry, I'm sorry, or
They're yeah, they'll always be like, "Well, I never had anything against Cardano. I just I didn't think they were there yet or something, like
yeah.
but when in reality they're like, Cardano's a joke. Charles is a rapist. Anything to hurt the the image. But yeah, it's a new year, and um what do you think is gonna happen? Like, which NFTs are gonna take over this year? I already know what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Um or what, like, do you think we'll start to see a bull market this year, or is it another crypto winter 2023?
It's
Go.
fascinating, man. I just I don't know. I really did not think NFTs were going to be doing this well, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting to see how well they're doing in a bear market with everything going down. It gives me a lot of hope and optimism for the future. Like, I don't know if you've heard of this project called oremob.
Ah, no, I haven't heard of it. Please tell me about it.
Let me shill and villain you, oremob. So here it is. Small little anime collection. Sitting at 7.3
Oh,
million volume with the floor at 1400.
yeah, I sold one of these at 700 ADA.
1900 followers, Eric. 10,000 PFP collection. And this team is just rocking and rolling. Just to see a team like this do this well in this market is kind of insane because it is a bear market. So it just makes me really optimistic because it's like I'm not the only one seeing stuff like this. I'm not the only one who thinks there's like a really huge, great market here, and it's just going to keep growing in the future.
Yeah. You right.
And yeah, it's just kind of crazy to think like how many of these NFTs are doing big fangs.
Yeah, I think like I'm always surprised by dead rabbits. Like, you don't really hear about them on Twitter that much, but they're just kind of they've been doing well for so long. Now they're at like 800 ADA.
Yeah, I mean, look at the volume on some of this stuff. Like, it's crazy.
Jesus. Can you go to the market or whatever? 24-hour the chart for everything.
Just real quick, number 16, Ormob, all time. And
Yep.
they've been here for 9 weeks. Just to let people realize like how insane that is. Like some of these projects have been here for like since inception.
Yeah.
And for them to do this in 9 weeks is kind of crazy and makes you really bullish for like, give them a year to see what happens to the price.
Yeah, that's kind of insane.
And they just have a bunch of utility coming too. Like they're gonna give like everyone who owns one of the NFTs like a physical slab to hold to show off at their house or whatever. I think that'll be another insane gold like rush to the price forward. What did you want me to look up?
Just the 24-hour volume, like for the whole chain. It's like at the top of this page. Market data under analytics. Can you do all or 30-day? Actually, do all. Sorry. But you can definitely see like we had that giant spike, and now we're kind of hitting another like big wave up. Ever since jpg.store added like pay with Ethereum and Solana. And it just seems like people are getting into the Cardano NFTs a little more. And I know some people don't like some regular Cardano people don't really care about NFTs, but I think that's the way we're sucking people in to like try Cardano out. And once they start using it a little bit, it's like they're probably going to stick around because I mean we have a lot of like people on Twitter, a good community, and I think that's what keeps people around.
Well, the other thing, like Monad Alexander really talks about, like he hates NFTs. I don't understand why. Because of like the utility of it, or like it's just a JPEG on the blockchain, so like there's not a lot of
Yeah.
innovation there. But the thing is, he's forgetting is like the amount of new people that are coming in because of them, right? It's like complaining
Hmm.
about gym shoe culture, but then like being like Nike or something. It's weird, right? Because it's like those
like,
people are buying your gym shoes, and then you're gonna shit on them for
like we
buying
want people
them.
to wear the gym shoes. We don't want them to put them on a shelf as an art piece. That's not utility. It's like Nike being mad that you're putting their shoes on a shelf and like displaying it as art. It's like that's not the utility. Like
Right.
we want people to
Yes.
wear the shoes.
Yeah. Not look at them and say how pretty they or how cool they are. Like, you create a product, you made something. It's the consumers, like whatever they want to do with it. It's up to them. Like, why do you give a fuck what they do with your product after it's been made? Like, I don't understand. And then like also like, so these people that buy these NFTs, all of a sudden maybe they want some of the token now, so they start to get into DeFi. Maybe they start making money, and then maybe like they're coders or they want to build their own app, and now they want to be a part of the ecosystem, right? So why would you ever like hate on that? I just like just being negative about anything like that just blows my mind. Even if like people are making a lot of money on NFTs, I just don't understand
Yeah.
why that's a negative thing. Like especially if you already have money, why are you so against people making money? Like
Why do
he
you care how other people spend their money?
right. It's just like good for them. Like, okay, you don't understand the use case, the utility of it. Why would you fight against it? Why would you be negative about it? Like go focus
I
on
think it's
being
like
positive. Like there's nothing that comes from being critical about shitting on something that you've helped create, right? Like he made
yeah.
unsigned algorithms, that NFT collection, which is really cool. It's like, and then instead of like promoting his project or like,
He's like, mine is cool, but fuck
yeah,
yours.
it's just
Like,
like weird. I don't know. I hate when people get so negative about shit like that. It's like, go be constructive, go do something else.
yeah.
It's
It
weird.
reminds me of when I was like younger and I was like you like a certain band or something and they're like indie and like unknown and then they get popular and you're like, I fucking hate that everyone likes them now. You know?
Right.
It's like you're just mad that like it's not the cool niche thing or they're not making the music that you liked originally. So now it's like you can't let other people like it.
I don't. Yeah, it's such a stupid thought. Like, your band isn't gonna make it another year if they don't become famous. Like they're not gonna keep doing it if there's no money for them. So, like when people call them sellouts or whatever, it's
Yeah.
just such an insane thought process to like not want to see other people prosper.
Yeah. I'm like I've personally gotten like a few people to try out Cardano because of NFTs. Like I would have never been able to do that with like DeFi because I mean, how do you like unless I made like $1 million, like off DeFi, no one's gonna like be interested in that kind of thing. Or it's kind of like we're kind of like buying time until we have like some badass application that no one else has.
But how does that badass application get built, right? Like, how does it get there if we don't have people taking the chances to speculate on these things today? Like, okay, so like that first iteration didn't work out, but maybe like they reuse that code base to make something that is very useful, right? So why are
Yeah.
you being so negative about it? Like, why are you hating on somebody who's in their like even like most of these people are in their 20s, like they're gonna make a lot of other shit. So why would you be so negative towards that first iteration of that thing, or call them a failure, or like be so critical of them when it's like you're in your 40s, like you're in your late 30s, like you should understand that people grow over time, and like let them have their failures, their trials and tribulations, and like maybe they'll come back and like, you know what, I made money, it didn't make me happy, now I want to make something very useful for this chain, you know, so
Yeah.
other people can prosper, like even buy their groceries for a week. Like it's just like I always thought of like just being negative is such a limiting factor in someone's growth output. Like there's
Yeah.
almost no usefulness to it. Like I understand being like constructive criticism, but to
Yeah.
say like this thing won't lead to something down the road is so closed minded, I feel like. So what is it that
Yeah.
you're seeing for the next year? What are you excited about, or what? How do you think it's going to play out?
Um, I don't know. I definitely think oremob is gonna take over for sure. I think we're gonna still see a lot of like the blue chips, like Clay Nation, Ape Society, all those dead rabbits. I think is gonna be really, successful, and I think we'll finally see like a Yummy Universe game at some point this year. So
Well, we could talk about that. They actually released their what it's going to be, their game,
yeah,
and that was funny. Actually, our last podcast, I was shitting on Yummy because I was like, I have Yummy, but I don't know when this fucking game's coming out, you know. And then the
yeah,
next day they released their white paper. That was pretty great.
yeah, blue paper.
Okay, Eric, see yourself out, please.
Yeah, but um, yeah, it's crazy how shit just happens like that, and then you're like, I guess they were doing something,
Yeah, and it was me being
and
critical that made them write their white paper.
they're like, we're gonna release this. We weren't going to, but now
But
that
those.
they said that,
So here is the new website. This is very cool. What is this? What kind of art does this inspire you?
um, I like it. I don't know if it inspires me. I like the style of it. It reminds me of um,
Pokemon? Say it.
what's
Say it,
it like Blue
Pokemon.
Eyes. I mean, that's obvious, but the Blue Eyes White Dragon or whatever. I forget what that's from, but
Blue eyes, right? White dragon.
it's like Yu-Gi-Oh or some shit.
Okay, I gotta get going. All right, so we enter
The
the
kids
Yummy
out there will know what
universe.
I'm talking about.
And Eric, shout out, give Eric a shout out if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. So the next generation
The
of
young
digital
20 somethings.
collectibles. This is pretty cool, Eric.
That is very cool. And that looks like Jigglypuff, but
Come on, man. Not Jigglypuff.
I do think it's like the way it looks is really like eye-catching, and I think like if they have physical cards, kids will definitely want them and shit.
Yeah, I agree.
We lost your screen.
No, I know. I was going to the Yummy Blue Paper PDF.
Mm.
So here's their vision. They're going to bring mass adoption to Cardano through video games. We want to create enjoyable games revolving around true ownership, granting players full custody over in-game assets. We believe this adds a revolutionizing new dimension that brings more engagement and excitement to playing video games. one of our first digital collectible projects. So they're gonna have multiple, guys. Be excited for that. 2020 founded, 6,000 holders, 13.5 thousand Discord members, 36,000 Twitter followers, 21 million digital collectibles and token volume. So they kind of just go through a bunch of stuff. Let's just go through the key stuff that I thought was interesting. Play to earn means you earn yummy from completing certain tasks within the game, such as winning battles, competing challenges, achievement hunting, and progressing a battle pass. Yummy can be used to purchase in-game items, NFTs, utility in the Cardano ecosystem, or to be converted into ADA. It's going to be free to play, Eric. And that's nice. That's a game changer. All players will be able to enjoy the game for free. This is possible with free playing cards that allow you to experience the game. However, these cards are unable to be traded among players or to be listed on the marketplace. These playable cards will not act as NFTs on the blockchain, but as an account-bound in-game asset. Down the road, we want free to play players to be able to complete daily tasks, weekly tasks, and more to earn yummy. This yummy can then be used to purchase NFTs on the marketplace or to mint card packs. What are your
I
thoughts on
like
that?
that.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
It makes it so much more accessible for people, and it's not just like a cash grab or something. They want people to like the game and play the game.
Well, I like it
Just like,
too because it gives you a taste of like, so you go to your Play Store and your smartphone, you download the game, you sign up, you know, they give you a free pack of cards, and that allows you to play the game, right? And you play it, you get to feel it out, you get to see if you're any good at it, and then maybe if like you enjoy it, there's a button to be like, buy more cards, and these cards will, give you a better edge, right? Then
yeah.
there's more rarity to it, and then all of a sudden now you're into NFTs. With such a great idea.
I wonder if they'll make it like Yummy Universe is a game, and they don't make like Cardano the obvious, like that it's running on Cardano like a big selling point. It's almost like, oh, if you want to buy stuff, it's on Cardano.
Right.
But
That's
if
how
you
it's
just
going
want
to
to
be.
play,
100%.
yeah,
No
I
one's
kind of
going to
like that.
know that Cardano's like the thing in the background, right? It's like asking somebody what cloud servers they use. It's like, are you on AWS?
Yeah.
It's like, who gives a fuck? Like, go play the game, you know?
Yeah. I think that's a good way to approach it.
Uh, so here's how the packs work. The next generation of video games is the one that will truly let you own your collectibles. Thanks to the Cardano platform, our digital collectibles grant you true and indisputable ownership of your collectibles as they exist as NFTs, a world-leading proof-of-stake blockchain. How packs work. Once you've minted a trading card pack, you can keep it unopened for as long as you desire. Each pack will come with multiple digital cards, usable for in-game play, each having a different rarity. We want to make the pack opening experience feel like you're opening physical card packs, reviving nostalgic memories and excitement of collecting trading cards, which is very cool. I love that. This is kind of like some of the cards that you'll be seeing, which gets me excited because I used to be a huge Hearthstone nerd, and this is like right up my alley. Like these kind of games.
Yeah. What a nerd.
I'm a nerd. That's why I'm here. The NFTs can bring to the gaming experience is substantial. However, it is a very simple concept. By utilizing blockchain technology, we can create collectible cards that will last forever and be playable across multiple titles. Living on the blockchain, your assets are forever yours. Stored on the most secure proof-of-stake technology to date, Cardano. They're really going in on the Cardano thing, which I like.
Yeah.
So the Founders Pack, basically, the sales will start on a date that has yet to be determined. The Founders Pack will come in two variations. Eternal Darkness, so this guy, and Shining Light.
Love it.
This guy. Each pack will contain slightly different pools of available cards. A pack will give you 4 cards ranging from monster cards, trainer cards, and move cards when opened. As mentioned in our light paper, this will be a fundraising event to further the game and brand development, hence having ADA as the payment method. Moving forward, all future card packs will be mintable with the Yummy token. So very cool. So there'll be
I
15,000
would be
cards.
Eternal Darkness guy.
You would. You and your dark heart. I'm a Shining Light
I'm
guy.
very dark. Well, that's why it's good there's two of us, you know.
Yes. So here's how the whitelist is going to work. Holders of our profile picture collections will gain whitelist for each pack accordingly. If you own a 10k PFP Naru, you will be granted one whitelist per one NFT. If you have a seasonal Naru, you will get one whitelist per 4 NFTs. So you would need to own 2 Spoopies and 2 Winters equals one whitelist. Or like what else do they have? Like summer Narus, winter, spring. So just any combination of 4, and you'll get whitelist. So it almost seems better just to get, you know, one of the 10k collections. I think some of these seasonals are pretty expensive, so it's kind of like, why would you buy 4 of the seasonals when you can just get one of the, you know,
4 for like 200 each, or 1 for 700 something.
Right.
I feel like just a sidetrack.
Yeah,
like the Naru NFTs, that's very strange. Like they go up and down so much. Like they'll go like down to 600 and then back up to 900 and then right back down to like 700 in a couple of days. Like I don't know why that happens. Like they don't have like, usually when you see something go up, it has kind of a run, but they don't. They just get like sold off right away.
Yeah,
I don't know why that is.
But I don't get it either. Just because of also like the staking mechanisms, like you get so much Yummy for staking these. I would assume like there just wouldn't be a lot of them out there, but there must be, because I was trying to play this. I bought one at like around 700 and went up to 800, and I was like, these bad boys are going to 1,000. And then it came way past like where I bought it from, so now I'm a holder, Eric.
That happened to me the last time it ran. I bought it at like 800, and I was like, "This is going over 1,000 easy." And then it just went back down. Yeah, but I'm just gonna do it at this point.
You're what?
I was just like, I'm just gonna hold it. Like at this point, I mean, they have a lot of good stuff coming, so
that's how I feel too. I wasn't gonna sell because I'm just like, well, like once this game pops off, it's gonna be fucking insane. I think. I mean, just to even get the packs, like, I think that's gonna be very cool. That's gonna be a very exciting time too. I think this whole Yummy universe just fucking pops off once the game starts going.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the artwork. I think it's a no-brainer. All right,
and they have a good community.
They really do. They're making a marketplace tailored to suit our ecosystem. You could buy and sell cards and much more using Cardano smart contracts. I think that's really important too, because all of their NFTs and all of their assets, and all the trading cards, you're not going to want to be trading those on JPEG just because of like the royalties and the fees. I think like with trading card games, you're going to want to be trading in and out of these things so much, like just depending on like, I don't know if you ever played Hearthstone, but when you play games like that, there's like seasons, right? And certain cards will be like overpowering during that season, and you're going to want that, right? But other cards won't be, so it'll be nice to come in and out of them. And if like the royalty fees on these trading cards is like 6%, it's just going to be, might be too much. So having their own native marketplace where you might be able to trade, almost at cost, would be like really beneficial.
Or trade multiple.
Yeah. And I like having more marketplaces too. I think it's smart. I think it's a smart move.
Yeah. And I like their staking website, so I'm sure their marketplace will be good.
So yeah, I had a fair token launch. We're gonna have Yummy Universe Origins. So this is a turn-based fighting mechanism. This is going to be its own game, which is interesting.
Pokemon.
And then they can have the trading card game. Yeah,
And
it's
an
just like
adventure.
lots of cool shit. They're gonna have tournaments. I think this is really cool because like they're probably taking a lot of these ideas from like Dirt Birds, you know, and everyone's kind of feeding off of each other as far as like how to, you know, create really amazing game mechanics.
Yeah.
So this is really exciting. Their blue paper, as Eric likes to call it, I think they did
That's
it
what
really
it's called.
well. It's a white paper. Come on, folks. Everybody knows that. Let's not be so cute. But yes, I think I'm very excited for that. I think that's going to be massive. I'm so excited for these metaverses to start coming out, like Clay Nation's metaverse. You know, we saw some sneak previews at CNFT Con that got me very excited. We also saw a Cornucopia's sneak peek.
Yeah.
They have like a racing game within theirs, which is dope. I mean, the graphics on that game are pretty sick.
Makosi.
I think their game's already playable, so that's pretty sweet. But for me, that's what I'm excited about, to see all the like the games start to evolve and like have actual games that are out of beta, and like, okay, this is this is it, like, and to see how that unfolds, I'm very excited about. As far as DeFi goes, we're still waiting on Liquid.
Maybe
and
it'll be
Axo
the
Trade.
year of the games.
Yeah, I could see that. You know, you're hoping by March most of the shit's out, because it's like 2022 is like the year of building, right? It's like we finally had Plutus V2 scripts. People knew exactly how to fucking build this stuff. You know, you build everything off chain, and now we're getting to this place.
I'm just like remembering like last year, like in our first episodes or something, like how we were talking about like, oh, I can't wait for the summer. Like we're gonna have Liquid, we're gonna have Cardano, we're gonna have all this stuff. And then now it's the year's over and we're still like, oh, it's gonna be a few more months, but then we'll have it. But it's just like, it's funny how fast the year goes, and then you're like it's not horrible or anything, but it's just like things keep getting pushed back, and it's like everyone's so optimistic about their release date, and then like reality sets in, and you realize like shit's hard to create, and people want it out ASAP.
Extremely hard to create.
You just gotta be patient.
Yeah, and like we could talk about that too. Like with Axo Trade, they just released you know, a little something about how they're gonna release their token. So
They said Liquid's coming in January, but I bet it'll be like January 31st.
I know that they always do that shit, and
yeah,
we'll talk about Liquid. Let's do Axo first. All right, so the Axo airdrop, basically, they've decided that they don't want to get in trouble with the law, and so instead of airdropping their token to everybody who was in their stake pool last year, they gave all of the money back for your staking rewards. So that was nice.
Oh wow.
And if you want your tokens, you're going to have to KYC through their application to get those tokens now. And if you have more than 4 wallets, you're gonna have to pay 150 ADA for each extra wallet past 4. So also, you're not going to get all your tokens at once. You're going to get 20% of your Axo tokens, and then after that, the 80% that you have left will be unlocked like on a smart contract, like over the next year. So like every month you're gonna get, you know, a certain amount. So he
But does
said
that mean you can't participate if you're in the US? Because usually
um
we're excluded from that sort of thing.
it didn't say anything about the US being
Or is
excluded.
it different because it's an airdrop and not like an ICO or something?
Right, yeah. But I also think they'd have like a huge litigation issue if like they told people a year ago that you were getting these tokens if you staked with them, right? So you missed out on all these other opportunities. You know, it'd be really shitty for them to be
Yeah.
like, by the way, you're not getting those tokens because you're, you know, at this point they're kind of in a bad place. Um,
Yeah.
but like just, you know, watch out for that. Like if you're expecting uh to have all of your tokens on day one when this thing gets released. It's not happening. I was like kind of annoyed because I've been waiting so long for this platform to come live, but at the same time, I'm not mad at it because I do think it's healthier for the price, right? If everyone got 100% of their EXO tokens on day one, massive selling, right?
Yeah.
But by only getting 20% of that token, you're going to want that price to appreciate, right? So you're not going to fucking dump the price that first month and then the next month, you know, like you could sell everything, right? But it's probably more advantageous for you to like promote the platform and like to use it and try to make the token, you know, stay at a certain price if not go higher.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of like gives the users like more motivation to like make the price appreciate as opposed to just selling their tokens and being like deuces.
So you get your ADA back and you get the token? Is that how it works?
Yeah,
It's kinda nice.
it's not bad.
I get I I don't think you can really complain about it if it's not like they just gave you your ADA back and they're like, "You can buy it if you want," but, you know
And yeah,
and
you
it's
could
also
always
good that
buy
they
it.
had
Like,
your ADA. Like, they didn't
yeah,
just spend it.
yeah, like I mean that bodes well too, right? Because it's like these people were ahead of the game enough to like have people's ADA that they got from staking with them, but also like, okay, we also invested correctly and like we have a shit ton of money that so we didn't even need to tap into your rewards to build this thing. Whereas you have other protocols like Cardano that fucking blew through like $10 million in 3 months, and everyone's like, where'd that fucking money go, dude? Like you have a half finished
Yeah,
ZK sync paper that you wrote, and that's about it. Like, thanks for fucking over the
a lot
community.
of good cocaine, though.
I hope so. I hope something cool happened. Shit.
Yeah. Um, hopefully no more, you know, centralized exchanges collapse this year. That would be good. Um,
But I think that rises like we're evolving next to the thing where it's like we always knew that centralized exchanges were just a band-aid, right? So now we're gonna have
yeah,
Axo trade this year. Who knows when it comes live? But when it does, you will have a decentralized exchange that's faster or like on par with centralized exchanges, right? And it's more advanced than a centralized exchange, and then you hold on to your own keys, you hold on to your own assets, so they're not able to pull an FTX, and that's what we want.
yeah,
So even with the like KYC on Axo Trade, it sucks, but it's like when you're dealing with like US regulation and Europe's regulation, like if you want
gonna
real
have to do
fucking
it.
people, real businesses to come and use your platform, you're gonna need to know who you're dealing with, right? For certain wallets and stuff. Like, and if you're like a small retail customer, you'll still be able to use it without KYC. I'm pretty sure, you know, because it is a
Yeah,
decentralized platform. But for like your bigger clientele, like your market makers who have hundreds of millions of dollars that they'll be trading on this platform with, they're gonna need to know, you know, who they're trading with, and so they're not getting screwed over. So I'm not
yeah,
mad at it. It's just like when you get to the big leagues, it's like you kind of have to know this shit. It sucks, but Um, and this is just the beginning too, right? Like maybe someone makes Axo Trait 2 version 2, right? Where it's like more anonymous. And we're also gonna have like the midnight chain, right? So it's like who knows what's down the road, but I think we need these things now. And if like we have to deal with KYC, so be it. I'm not against it. Like I KYC'd on Binance, Coinbase, Kraken. It's like it fucking sucks, but I try not to do too many. But when you want to play with all this
Now
stuff,
the government can see how much money we lost.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I think it's just a standard thing now. Like people don't want to get sued, so they're gonna have to do KYC. And the you know Justice Department is really coming after crypto companies, so you're kind of like putting a target on your back if you try to go around that kind of stuff.
yeah, you got to keep your nose clean, Eric. And then you were
Oh,
saying
it's
something about
clean.
what did you want to talk about with Liquid?
Um, I was just saying that they're gonna release in January, but like they've been like I think they originally said November and then it was December, and now they're but that was more of a rumor. But now like the DC guy was like for sure it'll be done in January. But I was just saying it'll probably be like January 31st because at like midnight, it's always like the very last second or something. But the token's been dumping, which is interesting. Like I don't know if people are like losing hope or if it's just like some whale trying to bring the price down so they can buy more before it goes live. Um but yeah, I'm excited for it. I just I just hope it comes this month. Otherwise it'll be kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I think that's what it is too. I think a lot of people are losing faith. I mean, they have no products. Like the only thing they have to show is their NFT Aqua Farmer NFT collection. So once you don't release products for a while and you don't really have a place for your community to go, a lot of people are going to dump their
Yeah.
token. It's just it happens. I don't think that has like they're really good with their like evidence of showing they've been working on stuff. So I think it's a real product. I think it's coming.
They have a test net.
I was trying to play with that
So
today. I couldn't find the website. I was like, the hell is this thing?
in the Discord, I some people were like, yeah, the test net is kind of slow. Like hopefully it's better in the production environment or whatever. But I haven't really messed with it, so I can't really say one way or the
I
other. But
I can't get into their Discord. Do they have a Discord still?
really,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they locked it because of the airdrop thing for a while, and then now it should be back open. But
Yeah, if you go to their Twitter account, you try to open it up, it's like blank.
the link is dead.
Well, it just has an announcement tab and that's it. So I'm like,
Hmm.
the hell is everybody?
Yeah, that's the Discord we give to all the noobs.
Noobers.
Um, but yeah, I guess we'll see. Split World is supposed to be doing their customization. They pushed that back as well.
Did they?
They're like, they're like, we're gonna go live December 31st, and then like 2 days before, they're like, we have to push it back to January 8th. And I'm just like, all right, what's one more week? And then that's when they rug. But and then Beat Boys said they were gonna have a holiday announcement. And as far as I'm concerned, the holidays are over. So where's that announcement, guys? Um, I just feel like if you like why why do you put stuff out there unless you're 100% sure
But
you're
you
gonna
have the
deliver?
thing.
Like,
Yeah.
it's so dumb. Like,
No,
make sure it's been done for, like, 2 weeks. Don't do it, like give yourself some time,
this
like
is why I love decentralized applications because there's no like rules to the game, so everyone plays it differently. And you get to see the most successful teams like win out. Like you see how Dirtbirds is just fucking building, building, building. When they say they have an announcement, they have an announcement. When they have a date, they
yeah,
have a date. It's there. So you trust that team. You want to give your money to that team. When you have teams like Beat Boys who are very vague and they say shit like that, that doesn't really work in the business world, right? So like when you fail your retail customers a lot, they tend to like leave, so
yeah,
it's yeah, it's just, to me it's beneficial because I don't get hurt by that stuff even though I am invested in these companies. I'll just like move my money elsewhere, right? It's like, all right, that's a
yeah,
loss, but like I'm a very firm believer in like fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. Like that's like I'm out. Like I'm not gonna buy
yeah,
any more NFTs with your team because I know how the last year played out, and I don't see how the next year is gonna play out any differently. So even if like the
right.
next Beat Boy thing is really fucking cool, if it doesn't lead to anything, I'm gonna spend my time doing other shit, right? I'm not gonna go and like have Thingy's version 2, right? On the off chance that it does something really fucking cool.
Yeah,
I'd rather just go buy a fucking Dirtbird.
yeah, and it's like I'm always of the mindset that you underpromise it and overdeliver, and the projects that do that are pretty damn good, like Dirt Birds and
Oremob,
stuff,
say
like
it.
Yummy. I was
Say
trying to
it.
avoid saying Orba. But,
Don't be a Chris Berninski,
other
dude.
projects, Clay Nation. Um, but I've seen a lot of projects that promise and don't deliver, and that should be a red flag. But sometimes you're just so invested in these projects that you're like, whatever, I'll
I
see.
I think like the teams that have been here for a couple years, you kind of know what to expect from them, right?
Yeah,
And so like you can invest with the new NFT team, but know that like you're gonna have to go through those growing pains over again, right? So I'm almost more excited and like willing to give my money to teams that have been here and been building because I think like they've dealt with the chain enough to like know its weaknesses and strengths and then play to that. Like I've never bought like what are they called? Ugly Bros, but I really like that team and I think they'll create
yeah.
some cool shit in the future. You know?
Forgot about those
Yeah, exactly. Like
because
teams
they
like
do have
that.
like a metaverse thing that they
Yeah.
showed too.
Yeah. And I don't love the NFTs, but I really like the team. I think I've seen some interviews with them and they seem like pretty stand up people. So I'd be more willing to invest in that team and then instead of like a Beat Boys or
It's
Split
just hard
World.
to know. Okay, now you're hurting my
Hey,
feelings.
I still got my Split Worlds, all right? I never fucking sold.
uh, I should talk about this, but it's kind of funny. I was like making a spreadsheet of all my NFTs, and I thought Split World was gonna be like horrible, and it wasn't that bad. It's bad, but it's not like horrible. The worst one is I only have 5 mechanism overexposed, but I got so fucking wrecked on those things. I was like, holy shit. Cause I was trying to buy rare ones and like just did not work out. And then but it's like Split World like holds so much of my brain space
Oh
still.
god.
But it's like I should be concerned about these fucking robots.
Yeah, no, I agree. I got fucked
Um
over on those too. I feel bad. I feel like I got you into overexposed. That one's on me.
it's fine.
Uh
We were both noobs.
yeah. Yeah, I went
I
balls deep
realized
into those.
as
I don't even look at the price of those because I know how much it hurt. Like I know I spent thousands of ADA on those things,
yeah,
and I know I'm never gonna recoup my money on
same.
them, so I don't even fucking look at them.
Uh, I think I was on the high of Dead Rabbits because
Yes.
like those did so well, and it was like right after that. I think there was the Their Mint, and I was like, dude, this is another Dead Rabbits, and then it definitely wasn't. But they got some cool stuff, Mike. They got raffles, playing poker on Discord, so
Do you
the
keep up with that team?
future's looking bright.
Are they releasing anything?
They've been talking about some airdrop, but it's just like, is that gonna bring you back to 800 ADA or whatever? Probably not. And I don't know. They're not like they don't seem like they're rugging. It just seems like they made their money on it.
The
And
old slow rug.
I don't know if they're not motivated to like do more. Probably.
Yeah, I kind of fucked up on that one. I like was very 50-50 about the creator because he was like a musician, failed actor, and then he like started to do 3D modeling.
Jesus Christ. You didn't tell me about that part.
I watched a lot of interviews with this guy, and then I was just like, I like the artwork, so I was like, kind of obsessed with it, and then I guess he just doesn't have a strong enough team.
I
You know?
did like the artwork.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that was like, and I think that hurts you because like projects like that are kind of like oremob, right? Where it's like very
yeah.
much about the artwork, and so like you're reluctant to go balls deep into shit like that because you want to see something else, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think you can make a whole project just off of artwork. But apparently you can if your marketing is like top notch.
So what
But
is
they
your?
also have been doing other
I
things.
mean, you're not an anime guy, right? So that's also another
No.
strike.
That's where it's like I don't connect with it like other people do, but I see that other people love it. But like since I don't like look at it and be like, "Oh, this is fucking incredible." It's hard for me to like be attached to it where I don't sell it like with other stuff.
Yeah. So do you
So
have
I just
like
try to
a
flip it instead of
right,
being loyal, you
right?
know?
But like, what are some good tools to use when you're not in love with the artwork, but you also want to make money on NFT? Like, because I feel like something you missed too was like the amount of volume and sales over the first 9 weeks,
Yeah.
where like they just crushed everything, and it's like for me that was like a sign that was like they're selling way too fast, and they've already made such a fucking dent in the Cardano ecosystem that most people aren't gonna forget for a while about them. You know what I mean?
I think
Um,
at that time I just had like a very short-term mindset and I was kind of more bearish on NFTs at that point. I kind of felt like I needed to get out
yeah,
of a lot of them. So
yeah,
I was like, let me try to flip this
yeah.
and then I can, work on everything else. But now it seems like NFTs are not going to just go away just because we're in a bear market. So probably should have held on to those.
No, but I mean, like you made profit, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like in the grand scheme of things, like you're able to continue to purchase NFTs at a fair value and then sell them for a higher value. Like as long
And
as you're
then,
making more profit, you live it to see another day. Like you learn from your mistakes,
yeah.
right? And then that helps your process going forward because there's gonna be more projects, right?
Yeah.
So you can't be closed minded about it. And then I think the hard part as these things evolve is like you have these really fucking built up like clays and ape society that have been here for years, and then you're gonna have these new teams that come, right? And it's like, who do you invest with? So,
Yeah.
like, I think going forward for this next year, it's gonna be really important to find like those little things that like set you apart, right? Where you notice like sales volume in the first couple weeks. It's like, where does this put this project over time? Like, did it
Yeah.
have lasting value? And but then that doesn't work with like overexposed, because like they were selling like hotcakes at like 1,000, 3,000, right? And then all of a sudden they were
Yeah.
fucking gone. So it's like maybe that isn't the right way to play it. It's just sometimes it's just a crapshoot. I don't know.
Yeah. I think I was also thinking like, okay, it's at 800 right now, like, and I've already done a 2x or something. Um, is it gonna do another 2x, like, or should I try to do something else and make that a 2x? And at the time, it's like, no, it's not. It's probably like towards the end of the run, and it was, but then it never really went away. Just kind of went down to like 500, and then now it's at 1,400. It's almost 2x. So I just think it's hard. It's hard in general, but
Yeah.
like when the price is so high, it's so much harder to 2x or 10x. And I try to look for that kind of thing more rather than, especially if I'm trying to flip it. But that should have been one where I held on to like 2 or 3, because it was just so obvious that it was like gonna be a big project and everyone was hyped about it.
Yeah.
Like even people, even like Dirtbirds people, like change their profile picture to oremob. So it's like they don't really change their profile picture unless they're super into something.
Yeah.
That should have been a
Telltale sign.
yeah.
You're not gonna catch everything either. It's just it's hard, and it's like kind of fun to try to figure out. Like I think as CNFT Jungle and Open CNFT build more tools for the user, it'll be nice to have like charts, right? That like, okay, Ormob went down. It was up to 800. It went down to 500. It's been here for a couple weeks, but people are still buying them, on a
Yeah.
daily basis. So basically, they're filling their bags up, right? And if there's less NFTs in the market, like eventually, like it's gonna sit at 500 for so long, and all these NFTs are gonna go away. Like that price is gonna start to accelerate up, right? So it's like
Yeah.
if you had a really cool tool to be like, hey, this is trending in a certain direction, like you could like revisit it and be like, okay, I'll buy back in.
Yeah.
But like sometimes like there's so many projects to think about, it's hard to like to remember to do that, because it's like, okay, well, I'm playing DeFi too. I'm looking at token prices. Like, I'm not really paying attention to NFTs, and that's when something like an Ormob fucking comes up at you and be like, fuck, sold this.
Or it like, I feel like that one was like such a slow, it went up so slow, but it was like consistently increasing in price. And then one day it just like boomed, and it was already like high. It was already like at 800. And I was like, I don't really want to buy back in at 800. Like, so I just watched it fly.
Yeah.
But I think there's like so many opportunities, like, you just have to move on to the next one.
Yeah, and that's why I love this space, because there's always multiple opportunities to keep making money, right? And like just to stay involved and like grow your ADA,
Yeah.
And I'm excited for all the opportunities in the future, and I think this year is going to be really special for Cardano. I think a lot of good shit's going to happen. So yeah, I think look out for that, guys.
For real, no cap.
No cap, bussin'.
We'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you guys next week.